Good morning, Earthlings! I'm Deb Helfrich, hashtag redheaded She-Hulk. I am the newest redhead sit-down Socratic monologues. I'm pivoting stand-up comedy into stand-up philosophy. Improv style. I'm ready to go. Web series creation. Boom, boom, boom. Few collaborators. Videographer, social media guru. Spread this all out. Here's the deal. Just click, I guess you'll be having to type since this is a video, hashtag Izzard Challenge. Eddie Izzard is comedy soulmate number 2. For reals. She's grounded me. She's made me see, aha. I created all this, such a mini-me of Ms. Eddie, without really comprehending it. I've done this morning page. It's been all about, Robin Williams came to me and tutored me first. Then we went to Eddie, then Eddie Murphy. Sorry. 2 y'all, huh? Yeah, so from Robin Williams to Eddie Murphy to Marlon Wayans. Comedy soulmate number 1, Dave Chappelle. Never watched the Chappelle show. Knew of him, but I'm not a skitty person. Odenkirk and Cross, the Fry and Laurie's, French and Saunders, do 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 do. I had no idea I could do this. I couldn't do this before I had a Kundalini awakening right as I turned 50. And Netflix, you can check this out. Netflix stopped streaming AbFab. The absolutely fabulous Saved My Life. Not joking. Netflix stopped streaming it the end of March 2019. It's what I did for my 50th birthday. Soup to nuts. Took me back in every way to the core of who I am, who Jennifer Saunders got to be, how I never got to be who even internally, I didn't see myself coming. So I have forgiven the fact that I ended up becoming a hermit for a decade. It's all entirely exactly how it had to unfold. Right now, I'm a die of homelessness. I can't figure out how to get Ms. Eddie's attention. Be the second comic in the Make Humanity Great Again tribe. She can't keep doing all this. And get this out of the brain. We're going to set up a chart entirely similar, and here's the pivots of our difference. From trans and and all of the, LBGD. Sorry, I don't love the initials anymore. Plus, I don't know. Because I love all y'all. To me, like, there's no label needed to find a spirited human. This like-minded crap, it's what created the sedition of the capital. So the mind is the servant, the soul, which is nearly synonymous with the body. This is my life's work, to come in and be the little redheaded girl who's grown up to give Sigmund Freud vagina envy. I can explain the subconscious a lot better. He sat in an armchair smoking cigars. I've now looked at the charts of the brain scans of brain waves, of what is the difference between alpha, beta, theta brain waves, the heart math data, the synchrony that's necessary, what sleep is about, Matthew Walker's book. I have so much more data. Just lickety split, see how he was wrong. Einstein, biggest blunder. You can search that on the Google. You'll come up with an article that talks about the continuing cluelessness of the scientists and his physicists, real stuff. I mean, it's like at this point, it's all like the data only, except all the quantum physicists done went woo-woo, right? Because you have to. If you're smart, you're gonna have to become a woo-woo guru like myself. Oh yeah, I am. Don't test me. I used tuning forks to lose 150 pounds in the 15 months after turning 50. And I'm trying to get help to finish it off and become the globe's original stand-up philosopher, creating a Socratic monologue web series along with an interview-style podcast where I Socratic dialogue with Black men, intelligent Black men, a lot of stand-up comedy. As many, that's what I want to do. And look at Seinfeld talking to Tim Ferriss. Comedians on the interwebs chatting. Executive producer holla, it ain't cost that much. We need to go rent all kinds of cars, and we need to set up locations in coffee shops. Comedians zooming for consciousness' sake. I'm listening to the Make Humanity Humane for the first time, 30 minutes. I can't actually tell. I don't know how many I recorded yesterday, or since the only human who knows I'm alive left the day before, because that evening performance, when I did that full-on 90-minute migration bit, I astounded myself. right. Let me say it's Thursday. It's 4 days. And I did the heart chakra, Kundalini yoga. I'm actually setting up a routine, and I hopped out of bed. Zanzi didn't need to do any hauling me, kissing me, snuggling me awake. Hopped out of bed. We took a fast, long walk too. In the cold of January. And I did that. Establishing routines, figuring out how to heal from a stroke-like brain dysfunction that causes me to lose consciousness. My bioelectricity. Simply can't flow. It's a Parkinsonism in the true neurological sense. I still can, and in fact, I mean, it's the process of learning how to use my body. I mean, if you want me to, I could set my body to tremor. We've got so much to process, and it's not what happened. It's that I didn't know how to process it. That it was being morbidly obese and being utterly still, and living in an entire community of origin that had it was like the whole area was emotionally dead. And it was all just be the same. Just be like this and you'll make it through. Just follow along as a sheep. It's your only option. It's why the opioid epidemic is centered in the Ohio, West Virginia areas. Tiki Torch Whites. Me and soulmate number one. DC. Be fierce. I'm already fierce. I'm already Chappelle quality. I mean, none of y'all may see that. I'm talking about Chappelle. Talking about stand-up comics gonna let me in. But it's all everyone else. Like, okay, just go ahead, die. I can't do anything else right now. My brain is so neurodiverse. It's quite like literally whatever it is that makes you able to do things you don't like and to do things repetitively, right? Again, is this thing I was taught to be a sheep and it killed me. I lived a life of quiet desperation. I should have been dead. I really should have been. use philosophy. Okay, well, all right. How does being human work? What could possibly account for what's going on? I'm an embodiment genius. And in fact, that's what's missing. It's embodiment. Though it's not that I had big trauma. I simply had no one teach me how to be emotional, to use my limbic brain. No, it was no, except for my dad's rage. No wonder I'm hashtag redheaded She-Hulk, God damn it. I got taught about rage. Otherwise, you stay quiet and silent. The thing is, I'm so smart. I took the decision in first grade, 6 years old. Like what people were saying made no sense to me. Might as well. I'm like, okay, well, what word is that? And then I started finding more of those and more of those. And I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to explore the phenomenon, but there was nobody in my entire community of Oregon. I never had a teacher care. I never had a friend. It was books. Books is where I could read a few sentences and then think for 20 minutes. And debate the characters in the book. What if we did this and that? And then being supersized. So young. I mean, every memory I ever have as a toddler, even because I went to Montessori school at 2. My mom was a pediatric nurse and she went back to work. And they knew something was wrong because she didn't go back to work after my brother. You know, I never really thought about that. I never really drew that corollary. Just that she could not go back to work after my brother might be it. She might have been fucking tired. She might, we were not the most physically robust people, as I just recently shared. I don't have a single memory of my mom sitting on the floor playing with me. We'd sit in chairs on the couch, read books, not much. She couldn't read, not couldn't. I mean, there had to have been some aspect of that because I don't, again, have any sort of bonding memories. I know that she had to have been crucial to teaching me to read. Pretty much certain my dad had nothing to do with teaching me to read. So my mom taught me to read, but the first thing I want to say about it was she wasn't good enough at it to keep my interest. That's an assessment that has been acculturated into me as an adult in the US of hypocrisy. What truly would have been happening as a kid is that she'd just read the book. I mean, I've just explained it fully without intending to. She'd just read the book. She definitely didn't do voices. There definitely was no acting out. There definitely was no pausing for me to go, oh, that's a new word. Let me integrate. Let me, because again, It feels like to me 97% of the world are linear thinkers. It's probably, this is a concept called field dependency. When it's, the poles are field dependent, field independent, okay? I'm asserting, at least from what I've observed in the world over 52 years, 97% of the world are field independent. You can learn something and then you memorize it, and it doesn't need to make sense. It doesn't need to integrate in everything else you know. You can hold completely contradictory ideas that disprove each other. Like neither one makes sense if you think about them both together. So there's got to be some third thing you don't even know. 97% of the world is operating unable to see that. I world. When you tell me something new, it's got to fit in. I got to be like, oh, it goes here. Oh, yeah. No. Most things that I hear people saying don't fit in to the rational logic plus love intertwined world in my head. So I refute it. I debate it. I question it. I say, let me go get some more research. That's how I got so fucking smart. I always was. I always was creatively analytical, because I'm not just about regurgitating what the men already wrote in the books. Because it's wrong, y'all. Our civilization is failing. Chronic disease is escalating. War is escalating. Like civilian level war. I don't know. But you get what I'm saying? Like not like officially like governments, tanks, bombs, like neighbors. And that happens because of fear. All we have to do is raise one generation of kids. I mean, all of the kids in Africa, first and foremost. Raise one generation of kids well. Raise one generation of kids well. Kids are not born with racism. Kids are not born with prejudice of any kind. It gets acculturated into them by the prominent kids who are the ones who are the best sheep. They're the shepherds, perhaps we might call them. The German shepherds. That temperament, right? The train's always running on schedule. Swiss watches. You know, that's internal Europe. That's the Europe that did not have access to ports to take advantage of the ocean sailing ships. So the Belgians, the Germanys, the Switzerlands weren't majorly part of colonialization, being landlocked. But then there was the jealousy thing. So they waited till everyone did that. Then they went and just bought the neighbors they could reach with tanks. How do I turn the phrase think tank into think bike? Be flexible, single person, people powered. Maybe a tandem here and there. trio. That'd be cool. I'm alive, and what brings me fulfillment is thinking about getting to do a stand-up Socratic dialogue, to get to improv with Miss Eddie, Dave Chappelle, so many others. I mean, I really would like, I think I can hold my own. Get into their style, get into their comedy personality. Work hard to give their audience new ways to think that can help every single one of them. All of the things I shared, nobody probably will follow me until you start getting into my lexicon of life-centric thinking and evolutionary logic and the math of life. Once you do, welcome to your own best life. I'm here. I'm here to help everyone see this path clearly. Everyone else is sort of do this, do that life coaching, right? I want to do is just set the stage for how amazing human potential is. Lose 150 pounds in 15 months after turning 50. Pleasurably, without effort. Prognosticating it. There are videos where I assert this is going to happen. Looking huge. That's enough for today. Like, I want to go back to bed. It's 8:48. I feel like I got to have some rest. I want to integrate the waking up. That is the conundrum I'll leave you with. In order to start establishing the habits of waking up, doing my Kundalini yoga, exercising first thing, forgetting about everything and coming here and doing my work, becoming a stand-up, sit-down Socratic monologuer. I need to sleep a lot. I need to do it. You need to do it. You burst. You learn this thing. You do a cartwheel for the first time. If you then go read, see, spot, run, you then go play with glue, you then go blah, 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 blah. Which parts get stored in? Now, as a kid, you got all this, where you're at. But as an adult who's losing consciousness, who's doing a major body renovation by myself, as an explorer, making this shit up, because I trust my own body. And my body says, I mean, it's not natural to be like craving to go back to sleep. So that's like 2 hours, because it would have been like six, yeah, it was like, let's just say 6. Why does it matter when I woke up? It's 2 hours ago. That's what I'm talking about as far as the linear thinking. And it's as if in order for me to really get you to believe this, I got to give you precise timings. Whether it's 2 or 3 or 4 hours. I mean, 2 is what I'm telling you. It's why I'm failing to make money. my brain can maybe work for 2 hours. And again, most of that wasn't work. This been we doing a Pippin. Yeah. I can actually see it. It's 30. Just barely. I'm gonna keep these outside so you can keep seeing my gorgeousness. If you have any idea how much I enjoy looking at myself after 49 years, 50 years of avoiding mirrors. So I've had to learn the craft of stand-up video talking to myself in my bat cave, my bat shit cave, bat guano cave. And my spidey sense is trusting my body because, oh my God, I'm doing it. So if my body needs to go rest, we're gonna go rest. I am gonna finish this up and I'm gonna go again get the link to one of those very early videos. Not right now. This is the thing, I have so much film and nobody's watching it, and I don't have the awake time to learn editing. And if I did video editing, it's useless to even attempt to learn because I'm just going to be pleasing myself again. It'll be too complex, the cuts, it wouldn't make any sense. You know, what I do is again, have to start setting myself time and start practicing the 1 to 3, the 5 minute. I've got to start doing more promo. But still, that's not my work. And I don't have anyone to send them to. That's the problem. I need that person to be helping me find people. All right, y'all, we're hitting a Pippin. Love you very much. Be well. Harmony, y'all.